นี้นะฮะจะเป็นการดีเบตกันครั้งสุดท้ายนะครับของมิตต์ รอมนีย์กับบารัก โอบามาในประเด็นเรื่องเกี่ยวกับนโยบายต่างประเทศนะฮะ8 โมงเช้าพรุ่งนี้ทางเนชั่นเองก็ถ่ายทอดสดนะฮะมีคุณนุชหัทไทยคุณวีนารัตน์แล้วก็คุณสุชัยแปลแล้วก็วิเคราะห์ด้วยนะครับแต่ว่าวันนี้คุณเทพชัยหย่องนะฮะไปสัมภาษณ์เอกอัครราชทูตสหรัฐประจำประเทศไทยคุณคริสตี้เคนนี่เกี่ยวกับการประชันวิสัยทัศน์ในวันพรุ่งนี้ลองดูนะครับ
So one of President Obama's foreign policies that is most talked about is the rebalancing toward Asia. Of course, I mean, we are confident that the president will continue this policy if he returns to office. But what if Governor Romney, makes it to the White House? You think that this will change?
No, I think it's very clear whoever is elected to the White House will be very, very determined to continue a strong focus on Asia. It's very logical. If you look at the world economies, the growth in economies, the young, dynamic populations out here, the coming ASEAN community, Asia demands our focus. And I think you'll have it very, very strongly. I don't think that's an issue. And in fact, it hasn't been an issue for either candidate. They agree on the importance of Asia.
Has Governor Romney talked in length about his idea toward this region, Asia?
He hasn't. I mean, at least I have not heard him speak at length. But we may hear that tomorrow. I don't know. But everything I've heard from him indicates a strong focus on Asia, continued rebalancing toward Asia will be continued.
As an ambassador, what do you expect to hear from both candidates on issues of foreign policy tomorrow?
Well, I think it'll be interesting because remember, the president, when you're running to be re-elected, you have to talk about what you've achieved and what you've done, and you need to not only defend but explain and talk about why your continued leadership will matter. Governor Romney, as the challenger, will need to show that he would do it better. So I think it'll be a little bit contentious. I think that Governor Romney will want to show that he would be a stronger leader, a better leader, and President Obama will want to say he would be. So, it's going to be interesting to see where the conversation goes. But I suspect they will talk about some of the so-called flashpoints, the Arab Spring. How is that going? What is happening there? I suspect there will be some economic conversation. How do we enhance America's economic relations with the rest of the world? Beyond that, we'll have to watch and see.
And of course, China will be there.
I imagine, and Russia, some are saying as well.
As far as China is concerned, Governor Romney uses very strong language. He calls China a cheat. As far as currency issue is concerned, and he threatened, in the last debate that on his first day in office, he would label China currency manipulator. And of course, that raises a lot of alarm among the watchers, China watchers in this region, because labeling China as currency manipulator means there would be subsequent punitive measures against the country, and many are afraid that would somehow lead to potential trade war. So, but my question is the tough language in election season is always translated into action?
No, you asked exactly the right question. People are trying to get elected. You see that in every country around the world. When you're running for office, you talk in stronger terms. But remember, once a president is elected, no matter who they aren't alone in running the government. They have to deal with the legislative branch, our Congress. They have to deal with our judiciary branch. So, in making policy, the president represents the executive branch, but you have Congress who has to approve laws, and you have our judicial branch that has to say they're legal. So it tends, I think, always to have a little bit of a sobering impact, that the strong statements during elections tend to be much more nuanced once people take office. But again, we'll have to see. I think it'll be interesting to see tomorrow, because right now we've really only seen snippets, bits of these things. Tomorrow we may see a more in-depth discussion of some of these issues.